not have done what they did. And let me tell you something. People need to respect themselves, because if those people out there did respect and love themselves, or did have self-worth or self-esteem, they would not be out there.
No, no, no.
When
It's not.
somebody
It's not
do
that.
not
It's not
wait,
that the
wait, hold,
people.
let me just say something.
Yeah,
When
you're talking a
persons
lot.
do
You know.
not, yeah, let me just finish my point. When persons don't have a high esteem, or when they do not value themselves, when they get older, they become easily influenced, right? Because I remember a couple years ago, the PNP did an ad with some of their supporters, and the way how they were dressed in the video, and persons started, we weren't laughing or anything, but persons came out and we started to bash them, because they said, we said to them, how could you make a video like this and look at how your supporter dress and you put them in the video like that? Come on, man. These people don't care about them. And because they don't care about them, they treat them, they just give them $1,000-$2,000 to go buy box food for them, and that's it. You have the floor.
Yes, ma'am. You do not blame people, my dear ma'am, because the people are following an ideology. They're following a concept. They're following a person. People can be led. People can not only be led, they can be controlled. Some people. And so
Yes,
what you have to do is to look at the people who are leading them. The people who are leading the people are the ones that you blame, not the people, because some of our people are vulnerable and they are likely to think that what you are saying to them are true. Churches do it. See, pastors on Sundays are able to preach sermons and the people believe it, right? You think Mr. Golding does not know, and Dayton
well,
Campbell, that the government cannot remove Dennis Strong in 72 hours? You think they did not know that?
they know that. But
And
their purpose was just to
therefore,
create chaos.
well, I'm happy that I suspect that the majority of Jamaicans have seen through this politics, and Mr. Chung reported for work today, and things I hope will return to normal tomorrow. It is important to point out, just as an underline, that the process by which Dennis Strong was appointed, as far as I am concerned, was correctly followed. And if the People's National Party have additional information to suggest that the process was false, then I think they, as I heard another person saying today, should just shut up, because this is not looking good on the party.
But me, neighbor, the Gleaner, however, just posted that the Supreme Court ruled that forgot my manners. Good afternoon, everybody, and viewers. And it's kind of pissing neighbor in this neck of the hoods. What bring you here, neighbor?
What brought me over here?
Yeah, to this neck of the woods.
No, I saw something in my thing. I think this is my third time on Classics program.
Oh, I thought it was the beautiful Shen you see, and you just
Shen?
Yes, you're the sweet.
No, I'm not. I don't see well,
LOL100 live, okay.
Yes. So what happened is that the Supreme Court ruled today that the procurement process for Ian Cheng was constitutional. So at the same time, the PNP won today. And let me tell you how they won. Politics 101 is what they are run by. They are run by the basic standards of it's a popularity thing for the PNP, for Mark Golding initially. Like, you create a lot of noise, you create chaos, you create mayhem, people start talk about you. People start in their own discernment, them start pick a side, them start have them own little conversation. So he's playing a popularity contest. Was his objective met? I don't know what specifics they were, but yes, because he's on the tongue. In an election season, he's on the tongue of people. People is talking about him, right? So because none of we are trying to dissect the mitigating circumstances, the small details, and we're right by all of them. The protest was dumb. There was no reason to have a protest. But for Mark Golding and the People's National Party, they gain traction. And if that's what they wanted, they received they met their objective. Nothing else but that.
Look at 100 live. Then again, no traction. Let me tell you something.
100.
Let me tell you something, 100.
Go ahead,
They
man.
are a distraction from the gun, the ammunition boss. You notice they are confused. They are so confused. So they're gonna come with every and anything to
Alright, so Auntie
distract
Marcia.
us from what had happened.
Alright, so Auntie Marcia
Yes.
and 100 live. Let me bring something across. This protest that happened today had to take place, right? No, remember now, yesterday, and it's really a lead up. If you look at it, neighbor would have remembered. He himself asked me if West Central is okay. No, the support that West Central got last night, right? Nobody was really expecting it.
It was
And
massive.
it was nice. It was sweet. No, look at it, guys. No, PMP expected that when they came out today, that they would have drawn some people in their corner, right? But last night, when the Prime Minister opened his mouth and he spoke, he made sure, right, to put everybody on guard, right? Because he knows what would happen. Now, people, that little video that Shen played a while ago opened my ears and my mind to the fullness. Because what? You realize that the persons behind them are so logger-headed, they don't even know why they are there.
They
And
don't know.
protecting JH rightfully said it a while ago. Jamaican man rightfully said it. They are planning, but however, the sensible people will not run behind them. Yeah? So they go in their little constituencies and they pull everybody that will just run for anything. If you watch McGregor today and how his team was tearing down the green cloth, right? You can see the anger and you can hear the anger, but they have no substance behind it. Not one. Yeah? So the protest had to take place to show them that they have no sense.
My point is, the only thing they gained was popularity in terms of like individuals that people are talking about them might talk at the town. Oh, Mark Golding will protest downtown today and XYZ. Hence we are talking about them. Most of the majority of the lives we talk about them. Twitter the same, YouTube the same, and citizens the same. So that are the only plus for them with them gain, because as me say, that a politics 101. If you go through history, every former political party will come to rise. Them do something to create anarchy amongst the people so that they can get traction, right? They can get headlines, right? So, and Mark Golding is not such a popular character as though Andrew Holness is, because Andrew Holness is a celebrity amongst the people. Mark Golding efforts is lingering way back. So anything for kick up the smoke, for kick up the dust, so people can talk about him. That are the only plus. You see what them gain.
There's no plus for me, bro. My
There's
friend,
no plus.
if you listen to Cliff today, he rubbished everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
Every
every other aspect, every other area
It was-
they're losing, everything, the whole the Chong argument was redundant. Everything else, every other metric would them lose point, but them win in terms of a popularity. People are talk about them.
100 live. Let me just say something here. You have persons, you have people who are fed up of listening and hearing Mark Golding. And let me even in own supporters. And let me tell you something. They are supporters that they have supporters who will not say anything now. But on the day of election, they are going to vote for the prime minister. You know why? They can't hide the truth. Most of them will hide the truth, you know. And you see some of them, they will not hide the truth because they see what is happening in the country. They see the development. They see all that is taking place. And enough of them, some of them have their children. They take they benefit from some of the benefits that the government is giving out. But then they hide it. They not talk. Remember me tell you that. Enough of them they benefit. But they not talk. A shame, they shame.
Yeah, I can agree with that 100% because the area where I'm from in Manchester is a dominant PNP area, and for years me did I had the fact say, well, I've never told any, even when I come out of the voting booth and they ask me, they surround me and ask me who you vote for. Me have to agree with them. You understand? Because my area was dominated. I don't know if you know Melrose in Manchester, where there's this guy that works one of Skendon cronies, Bertram, and living at the area. He basically have the biggest house,
Hold
not the
on,
biggest.
100 live. Did you say something about Manchester High a while ago?
Bertram, I said Melrose.
Oh, I thought you said
So,
something about Manchester High because I went to Manchester High. But all right, carry on. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. I'm from Melrose, so I had to hide
Melrose Muse or
both.
oh, okay. I had a friend that lived there. All right, cool.
Well,
Some PNP are always protesting about a drill that is saving lives or $30 million. Meanwhile, a forensic auditor came here and he was paid a whopping, what, $30 million? And we still can't get the result. Still can't get the result. PNP,
we need that
nah,
report.
going good.
We need that report.
Nah, going good at all. But may I tell you, may I watch a video like 100 times and I listen it and I see one virgin now, an orange shirt. I'm come up second. Mark. Mark is a blogger for the PNP. This man make me laugh till me cry, brother.
Hold on. The bleach out one?
Yes.
Lord Jesus.
That man left from way up past Fallings, brother. Our Christiana, wherever it is, and go way a town for go make a mockery himself.
Then you know see the one from Trelawney, the big black one from Trelawney. I say, oh, with the flags, oh, we load up from Trelawney and come up here nice. Come on.
Me shame, I not lie, me shame. I don't know me shame.
The Rasta one you talk about?
No, the Rasta one big ugly bullfrog one.
Oh.
Hey, all of them disgusting. All of them sit in stomach one TikTok. We can't stand them now.
What's wrong with you?
And one of them we can tolerate classic. One of them we can really listen. Only PNP when my brain allow me to listen to Richard. And sometimes he sleep up, but he have a conscience about him. But the rest of them, oh gosh.
I don't want to listen to no PNP.
I have nightmare when I listen to them.
Because them can't tell me nothing. Me born in the 60s.
We can literally see your brain.
Look here. Me born in the 60s. Me grew up in the 60s, the 70s. Come up to the 80s. The worst. The 90s. Oh my God. Tell me about it.
Oh gosh.
And now we they see we country they go forward, and if it turn back, choose Jamaica.
Yo, classic, you there? Look here.
Come on.
You remember the other day with Dayton say, right? About when him go to the man house, blah 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 blah. And the
I
man
look up
come.
in the ceiling and see sky.
Right, one of the
Should
manly,
I shield fit talk so?
one of the manly stalwarts them.
Yeah.
Yes. Watch out now. The other day, me see when him go St. Elizabeth, Mark Golden go St. Elizabeth. Yes, when you see the video when he must shake on Rastaman and you see that video there when he say comrade leader and him have one picture in him hand with normal money. And the man Morgan dry up and Rastaman. Can you see? You see classics?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
I'll
if me
find
did.
it. I'll send it to you. At the same, at the exact, the picture and at the first truth me ever hear about PMP talk and at the time. Satan.
Every time I remember that video there, the only person come to my mind, a Cole, one teeth Cole. That does him come to my mind. And the reason why him come to my mind is that one night we watch a program. I think a Miss Charmaine program with the Depon. And him turn on him camera. I want to look at dirty shop when there, you know. Him foot, the whole of him dirty. The fingernail then dirty come like a cold bed in sleep, you know. And the man, not 10 o'clock, he just a set on peas. Man no beard from what year?
Bomba.
Screen record out there, no, classic.
Eh?
The screen record out there, no.
Me have a screen record, you know. But me I try to find.
Brother, me say the man look like one real old madman.
Oh, madman. You look like a dog house in sleep, you know.
That's right.
But you see,
Well, I know the same hand when I use wash the peas. If you see it,
Lord God, this. And then people like, can't get sick, you know, then people, their immune system now high and make it a thing. But yo, as what neighbors say, you know, is that as whether we like it, yes or no, Mark Golding is a leader and him a lead the PMP party. And whatever, if he say jump, them a go jump. If he say duck, them a
Yes,
go
my
duck.
goal is what?
He might,
Yeah, man, he is a leader, but what type of leader?
I'm a
PMP
follower,
party.
man.
Yeah, man, he's a leader, but what type
As
of
much as
leader?
You have
as
to be
much as
careful, guys. You have to be careful. If you're put in charge of something, it doesn't make you a leader. Leadership requires
Thank you very much.
important attributes.
yeah,
and we must understand.
represent the definition of a leader in
Mark Bowling is in charge of the PNP. Andrew Holness leads Jamaica.
Thank you.
Andrew Holness leads Jamaica. Mark Bowling is in charge of the PNP. The man in charge.
Protecting.
Yes.
Yes, for the young people listening, you see, you can be as philosophical as you want. Golding is the president of the People's National Party.
Yes, he's in charge.
By virtue of that, he leads the party.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But he
because
does.
of the role and the position
hold
that he
on.
holds,
Hold
the
on.
authority that is over him is the leader of the party. Whether we
He is
like
the
it,
leader, whether you want to accept how he leads or not. If you are a manager, you're a manager, and the responsibility for the company or the organization falls to you. Right?
And this is my personal position. I do not recognize Mark Golding as a leader, and I
don't recognize him as a leader either. Protected.
I will not call him as such. He's not a leader.
I don't recognize him as a leader in terms of he doesn't
in
represent
charge of the PNP, and he has shown us that he does not have the capacity to lead.
No, he doesn't.
I will never trust him to lead anything.
But my
Mark
point is,
Golding is not a man. Mark Golding is a spoiled elitist brat. That is what Mark
he's not a
Golding
real man.
is.
He's not a real man.
No, he's a little brat.
you know, so in kind of social awkward, you know, so him did a world the mic today.
Mark
Anytime you see
Golding,
him,
Mark Golding born with 5 gold spoon in his mouth. That's why he's so big and fat now. He has led a life of privilege.
It's a,
doesn't know
it's a
what.
misconception to Shen. He did not born with no gold spoon in no mouth. He was born to white privilege because they were not rich. His mother's side of family.
Oh, wait,
made money from
wait.
slavery.
Hold on. You cannot say he wasn't rich. Check the school that Mark Golding went in England. That's a very prestigious school. That's a school where even royals or the high society people went to.
Kenny was sent there. He did not send himself.
Right? He was sent there. So it's
So
not
you
like
cannot say right. So protecting his right. He was not born rich. He born in privileged society with a privileged family, right? He came and inherited.
But
He
that's not the same
inherited.
thing.
But that's the same thing because basically he was born in that privilege. Yes, he was.
Being rich
He's
is
no-
a privilege.
Well, I know he is not rich. He did not have to get it. He did not
Okay,
have to
hold
get it.
on. So if his family wasn't rich, you think he could go to a school like that in England?
No, but his family being rich doesn't mean he is rich.
Oh, so he's poor.
He's not rich.
Yeah,
He was not rich
lose me a
then.
little bit, but
Listen.
Which means rich
He
means
literally,
privilege, poor means
he
lack of privilege.
literally grew up in a family where he does not know what it's like to struggle a day in his life. Okay? Him no know none of that.
And that is a privilege.
Right? And even now, in Pitney them will never know what it's like to struggle a day in them life. Either them live in all different countries. When I daughter was 6, I think she was living in Britain one at a time. One of his daughters, they have gone to countries that some Jamaicans will never see. Okay? They don't know what it's like to struggle. So yes, he's a spoiled elitist brat.
Mark Golding,
Yeah.
Mark Golding is a big drummer roach.
Even there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, his leadership doesn't have any substance. It doesn't have any value. It doesn't have any.
Because he's a weak jellyback man. He doesn't know anything. Why you think it's so easy for him to get up and disrespect strong black women? Because he wasn't raised by one. Yeah, I know you can't choose who your parents are, right? Him don't know what it's like to see mother carry water upon her head, right? Fear try to stretch food and him something there for him and him sibling and him. He doesn't know what that is like. He doesn't know what it's like to struggle like poor Jamaicans because he was never a poor Jamaican. Me not even if in Banya. Me still don't know.
I want to highlight something, and I know that you are quick with reaching out with the videos, right? Simsoul session last week.
I didn't watch it though, but yeah.
You're right. I know that you can find it. I want you to put 3 clips together, or rather 2. One, where the senator highlighted his issue, and I want you to watch Simsoul session, and I want you to watch his actions, and I want and I want you to watch his son's reaction when he was speaking. I will not say anything else.
Wait, hold on. His son was on it?
Remember that when they are ending, you have friends and family who will speak to say that, oh, he is such a person and whatever. I want you to watch that part of it, and I want you to watch his whole persona and join the clip from what the senator said and what you see in that video.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to torture myself. Maybe see if I can find it or whatever. But as you mentioned, the son had made a video a while back, like I think he was highlighting Mark and whatever. And I even quoted and I said, y'all realize he said that he grew up here. He didn't say he was born here. Because I literally picked up on that, because everybody was like, oh, it's so cute and his son is so cute. I'm like, But the son said he grew up here, not born here. And not a lot of persons picked it up and pointed it out.
Yeah, I mean, really pay them no mind still.
Right?
Kind of disgust. When we
Listen to me, I don't even like seeing him.
When we read about Finsack, me just in my mind, the thing that bring me joy when we read about Finsack.
I was listening. How many of you caught what Colonel Charles Senior was on a live last night, by accident. I don't know how many of you heard it. But let me tell you something, man. When Daddy Charles was, giving us a history of certain things that happened, and he was telling about his time in prison and what he had to go through, and he was making a plea to Jamaicans. He was saying, do not let the sacrifices that him and others went through, don't throw it away and put back this country into the hands of that white man, right? Because him a go put we in a chain, and him a go draw we back, draw we back, right? Because he was even saying, you know what I mean when he say, I'm going to put in a short pants, a prison I talk about. A prison I talk about. Right? So we cannot let what happened, because, they like to say that the JLP is so corrupt and everything. They literally declared a state of emergency and locked up JLP members. Right? And I think that is one of the things that caused even further apps help to deteriorate, and eventually he passed off, right? When Daddy Charles was talking about Merchant Bank, I remember my mom talking about Merchant Bank, and he was giving the history of that. How wicked Omar Davis set up some of these banks to fail. The bank was going on good, and he was recalling that because he was working with that bank. This person gave the bank $20 million, right? And after they were using the money for loans and financing this, he came back and said that he want back his money. And with Jamaican law, if he comes back and say he want back his money, yes, you have to give him. Yeah, and because they couldn't give him back in the time that he wanted it, they closed down the bank and bankrupt the bank, right? That bank was under FinSac, according to what he was saying last night.
He goes locked down with me a little bit of change what me went have in a hit. What me let's see if.
Right.
So when
and then Daddy Charles was even saying that persons, he recalled a person from FinSac was going a man and kill himself. So when people talk about and there are persons alive who got scraped by FinSac as well, some of their friends didn't make it. Some of their friends killed themselves.
I knew one very notorious in Williamsfield, close to where I'm from. The guy that started the Pioneer Chocolate Company. He's a Cunningham. He analyzed himself in his office, and when being young at the time, nobody never really know. Everybody thought, if rich man analyze himself, will you leave me if you do does that? The narrative to that swing.
There was a case with this man. He lost his home that he had for over 30 years, and he and his family basically were living in poverty because of FinSac. And I have no doubt in my mind, especially because we are living in unprecedented times right now. And war broke out in the world, famine, natural disasters, climate change. I don't know how many of you saw that there was a village in Switzerland literally covered in dirt and everything right now because a glacier had melted and covered over that entire village. Right? The world is in chaos. Right? Exactly. Imagine them coming now during these times and with that person in the White House up north. Right?
Oh gosh.
They would a party with NIR,
Yes, the mother,
right?
because remember them
so if anything to happen, Jamaica now no money.
Them setting
because the amount of
them have to go restructure the country.
Exactly.
If they ever gain power, so them
exactly.
You hear that they know you don't know, so them plans say whatever.
Them go give out money. Them go dash out money, and them give someone the money, and them give that the one the money, and the country go crash because these socialists, these so-called, well, me call the whole of them socialists and communists, because all them are the same thing. They believe say you fi take out for me little money and go share with other person who don't do nothing,
Yeah.
who don't do a thing. And that is why Manly create this thieving. You know why so much Jamaican thief it has stem from Manly and film sitting, right? Them thief and have too much of a free mentality. Nothing is free in this life. The only thing free in this life is salvation. And even
Look
that
here.
enough people are gonna reject.
The PNP then full of too much bandoloism. You hear? And they will never strive under that.
Boy,
And that's why the country went broke down and look like me no know what to say.
and we reach this. We reach.
And what I don't like,
Yeah.
the most underdeveloped and poverty-stricken areas in this country, when you check it out, their PNP constituencies. The Prime Minister was in Dwight Sibley's constituency in Clarendon, Upper Clarendon on Friday. And I was watching his live on TikTok, and I remember like a man was talking to him about the road. No, if my memory serves me right, Dilly Dally has had that seat for over 27 years, somewhere around there, right? In the couple term up that part there. Dali never did I give them no road, Dali never did I give them no water, but yet still, as this new MP come in, them expect say him to wave a magic hand, a magic wand, and fix all of the problem, give them road, give them water just like this. When there are many constituencies across the island that were held by PNP members that were underdeveloped for how many years, they expect say them forget this and them forget that. And the other ones that expect say them forget that and them forget this.
And that kind of, session, that
You
kind
know?
of remove me sympathy a little bit from certain constituency. Like,
Exactly.
me kind of not sorry for certain people, because when we do omit office, them expect say them never almost be representative. It was just vibes, right? But as the morning come when a JLP representative come in now, all of a sudden you have high expectations. Now say the MP not supposed to do work, right? Because
Yeah.
that we about, but where were your standards? Where were your
The,
standards all
the
these
thing
years?
is, there I and I've said this, I don't know, for some of you might follow me on Twitter. I've said this more than once. The JLP is not just fixing problems from 2016. The JLP is fixing problems 30, 40 years ago. When you listen to some of these first term MPs, some of these roads never fixed from before them born, sometimes all 50 years, 60 years, them are road enough fix. And you expect a first time MP to fix that? You expect a first term MP to fix 40-year-old problems, right?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I
It's
remember, and the thing is too, they know that PNP is going to do anything for them, but they yet still they get up and they vote for PNP.
Correct.
it becomes a vibes thing, because you see people naturally want to get themselves attached to something that they think is bigger than themselves, and kind of that's why the prime minister come up with the motto choose Jamaica, right? Because he knows that people attach themselves to the People's National Party because it bigger than them. So people naturally want to attach themselves to something that is bigger than them to kind of give them some sort of self-worth. And the two biggest competitive thing what we have going on in Jamaica is the two political party, right? It's not like we have a big football team or we have a big cricket team. We have the West Indies, but so that are the Caribbean, right? But I know like so we have a big football team with the people them can gravitate to and attach themselves to that. People attach themselves wholeheartedly to a political party, right? Whether it and unfortunately enough is that PMP did a set a narrative for Jamaica for a very long time, for 18, 22 years, right? So them do win, them do capture the souls, them do indoctrinate a large number of the population, right? And the way how them do it is that it become entrenched in these individual mind that them think say them loyalty is hard, the only thing they have to offer to this thing that I do nothing for them, right? Despite whatever what, and because they've been doing it for so many years, you have all of that they sacrifice. They it kind of hard to walk with from it. If you don't know, if you understand what I mean. So in some ways, PNP are the weapon reform against Jamaica, as when Nesta say. I'm kind of sympathetic, empathetic towards the citizens because how the PNP govern and do their thing and kind of just manipulate the people them and indoctrinate them and just have them like just have them very stupid. I walk around in the country and I talk about them a PNP or them a JLP. Any side you pledge allegiance to our loyalty. We just look at it as something you're not supposed to do. I'm
All right, 100.
mm,
Where the PM said choose Jamaica, I don't think he's just bringing up a mantle or just saying that. I think he's sincere. He's
He's
sincerely.
sincere, man. He's sincere, man. And that made that
Yeah,
emphasize pan. Say, yo, him say choose Jamaica. Don't choose a political party, whether it be Labour right or PNP. Choose if you evaluate
He
the
was
PNP.
deliberate when he did that.
yeah, because if you check over the years, you have noticed that the Jamaica Labour Party have always seem to build Jamaica, seem to choose Jamaica. Whenever the opposition is in office, yes, actually see the destruction of Jamaica. People trying to enrich themselves and all those stuff. When the Jamaica Labour Party is in office, they build the country. You see where people actually are being employed and all of these things. So you realize that is building Jamaica. I'm just say that for jump off so that somebody else can come on. So
Right, Jamaica.
bless up everybody. Bless up everybody.
Yeah, man, bless up, bro. I just want to say this before Mad Max and Inspiration jump on, because them there in the box a minute now. I don't know if anybody saw the video where the man say any old JLP when him go put him pipe by him head and squeeze it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, Shen, a while ago you said that people still voting for PNP and they're not doing anything for them. I want to correct. You see these people who are running around with the PNP banner on their head, they are the persons who are benefiting.
The most.
Those persons, they know that if PNP should regain, it should come in power tomorrow morning, they don't have to work another day in their life. Right? So
But
these persons know what they are defending. These persons know who they want because of what they can get.
But the funny thing too, you see if they actually get something wouldn't so bad because some of them look like so-called bag juice. They're hungry. Why it's called I take them out? Cause me see some when we live near to. Why they not get nothing?
So,
We not understand why PNP, why people will suffer and suffer through Willis Road for PNP.
let me drag your memory a little bit. Let's go back to the slaves and how they operate on a plantation. They know that when they wake up in the morning, they're gonna get their breakfast and they're gonna have their meal. They work hard during the course of the day and then they'll get their supper. These people will always run up and down for the PNP because they can have a meal, and that's all
Just
they.
for the morning.
Yeah,
Just
that's
for
all they.
today. And starve next week when election done and over with. PNP people don't think long term, PNP only think about the short term. They only think about today. They not think about tomorrow. They not think say 5,000 are done in a one day. They not think.
Exactly, because that's why they come out with the rhetoric where about if economy can eat. Like, who says that, bro? Like, you don't know who dumb that so.
Yeah.
And the prime minister now have to start campaign about 2 campaigning go on the street where have to explain to people the economy can eat, the economy can
We
eat.
have a lot
And
more to see.
people say something like say, yo, one challenge, well, some specific Andrew Wellness in area, etc., etc. Whether or not the economy would or not grow, right? But didn't Mark Goulding propose that we were paying off the debt too fast? So is Mark Goulding proposing that him gonna stop pay the debt
He did say
to get down the debt to
he
GDP
did say the
rate?
prime minister, Andre, he did say that the prime minister should have put the money in the people's pocket instead of paying down the debt so fast.
All right.
That was
Yes.
his suggestion. Right? Inspiration and Mad Max. I don't know which one of you want to go first.
Yeah, I just want to make a point about the recent conference in St. James, right? Versus the one that the PNP had in Manchester. So when you look on the crowd size or sample size, we can see on the JLP side in the crowd, we see a lot of youths like supporting the party. And I think this will be a very crucial point for the JLP, where the youth they actually come out and give their support to the party. Unlike for the PNP now, when you do that comparison, you don't see that much of the youth exuberance coming out to support them. So if the undecided or majority of them are in the youth and they can make up their minds and support the JLP, then that will be a massive boost for the party. So that is what I wanted to say.
Okay, cool. Inspiration. But yeah, a lot of young people was out yesterday. It was a good evening. Like when I heard a comment from a female, he said that his nephew collected his ID recently, and her nephew looked at her and said, "Auntie, you see if you now make me come, me nah go vote. Me nah go chat to you because I want to come and experience." I'm like, wow. I've never heard of that before. Yeah, enthusiasm that these young people have now, and you can hear the expression from them, and you can realize that a lot of them they're actually learning, and they're actually reading these things, getting the facts, and they can explain to you what they know. Right? You can see what is happening.
Yeah,
that,
and literally when the prime minister is speaking, he's like educating persons same time when he's talking. He's not any vulgar talking or anything. He's just literally explaining how things are going.
yeah, man, you notice that too, bro. The prime minister speak for try to edify the crowd and try to edify people. When the PNP
Can I just say something here? It was this evening I was passing through an neighbor live. I was just scrolling and I heard a young man, 17 years of age. And when I listened to that young man explain about the situation in the country, I said to myself, yes, we are reaching the young people. 17-year-old. And he explained what he know. He explained it very well.
Yeah, me did listen to him too, man.
Think him call PNP party shop to it too.
Yes, he's a PNP, they run party shop.
Yeah, man. But everybody can see the professionalism kind of different, when it comes to the two side. Because as Melida said, the Prime Minister speak for edify. Even sometime I might tell the selector says, selector, wait man, me I teach people them wait about the music. Me tell her when to play music. But you see, guess how the PMP them do them thing. Them try to talk for arouse up the crowd. You know? When we get office at 22,000.
Guys, I just saw police operation nab close to 4,000 rounds of ammunition that was being smuggled into the island via a location in Westmoreland. 11 minutes ago, Mrs. Person posted.
I saw the post on Jamaica Observer as well, and some exotic animals or something like that.
And say I know observer me see it pan us this guy. I think him have some police connect, Like my God, man, what is happening in this country?
Yeah, massive find in Westmoreland.
Can you send it?
I did say.
Can you send it in my inbox?
Hold on, let me try see if me find it. Okay, yeah. Me see it now. All right, I'm gonna send it to you.
Yes.
I did say that we should expect more. I did say that.
Listen. Let me tell you something. I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. This election that is coming up, it's going to be a crucial election.
That's
and
why
the PNP is going to. They are going to do everything.
Yeah, man. Get busy and wicked pandemic. You never hear.
Yes.
Listen. That's why such man did want to use the fisherman them to control the border.
Of course. But
let
me tell you something. The police, the military. I want the Prime Minister to pull out the military boat reserve. Everybody, the JCF and the JDF, pull out every single soul for this election.
If I want thing I have confidence in a Jamaica right now is the police department, and that give me some level of ease, because you know what crime do? All right, crime at the pinnacle of every economy and country, right? Because it put a strain upon the economy and the country in terms of the unrest it cause. It affects every department. It affects the finance, it affects the health department, and it affects the markets. It affects the commuting of the people. It affects crime.
It affects productivity in general.
Yes, crime is the master disruptor, and if you get crime under control, right, then you're gonna have an unoverburdened hospital. The hospital will not be strained, so you're not feel I don't know or come up think for nobody. Everybody can have them. You understand? You won't have a money system. The banking system won't be in an unrest. And most importantly, like a political campaign, you won't have fear being circulating at the people in mind. So when the people full of fear, the propaganda stick. You see, when people them don't have no fear, the propaganda now go stick. You understand? Go on.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said that's why them have the biggest thing or advantage where them are trying to get on off of it is the fact that we get the crime under control, because the people now function in a fear. The citizens now conduct themselves in a fear, right? So the propaganda won't stick. When people have fear, anything you tell them are gonna say, boy, say I say rain or fall,
I think that's why Andrew Holness came out weekend and say, oh, this is not the same JLP. We fear the PNP people them. So we have to have it in our mindset, say, oh, we don't fear them, We just, sometimes we in our comfort zone too much as labor rights. We're too comfortable with certain things. And we not to be so sly with our point of views and make them get talk over. Because PNP them very loud when they want to try and make a point, That's how they are. And you see, if them realize that they're losing an argument here them both party are the same. And that the card of them end up pull.
Exactly. Yeah, man. We know all of them strategy, man. Me there upon every day me deal with them. Them not have no loophole where them can run with. Them not have no escape where them can make. So I just that. But I eat that for me now. They done. So look more.
100.